Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's such a beautiful day outside. I thank God for waking me up this morning to see this beautiful day. Because you guys, we have to remember one thing. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us, and I'm so glad to be here today. I'm going to let my wonderful co-host is so dedicated. She's a dedicated co-host. I'm going to let her say something. And we have today our special guest. We have one of our college students and her parents here today. And, man, we're going to have a ball today. So just hang on. We'll have a blast. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Dr. Cynthia Allen. She's going to tell you a little bit about her and what we do here every Monday this summer. Oh, let me say something. Okay. This is Safe Communities radio talk show. I'm the founder and host, and Dr. Allen is my co-host. I forgot to say that. And I want to first get started, thank Mr. Mike Kahn and Seema Kahn for paying for this show and allowing us to do this show to raise money for our scholarship recipients, all right? Especially for our 2025 scholarship recipient. So we're getting ready, you guys. Okay, Dr. Allen, you can take it away now.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our guests in the studio. I'm Dr. Cynthia Allen. I am CEO of C. Allen Productions. I have a production company. I'm also a licensed insurance agent. I do pre-need insurance for people that can't afford a lot. I have a policy now where I can put 7 people on there for like as low as $85 a month. So I'm really, really pushing that because we got so many people, you know, right now can't afford insurance. So this is a good way that, you know, we can prepare for the future, for the inevitable. So I'm just glad to be here this morning, glad that we have our beautiful guests in the studio with us, and I can't wait to hear what they got to tell us.
At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our student. Okay, she's going to tell you about herself. She's going to tell you what school she goes to, and she's going to tell you what college she's going to. So we're so just honored to have her. Let's give her a hand. Hey. This is our Westfield High School student, where I have a program. My program been on that campus for 25 years, working with those high school students over there at Westfield High School. Go ahead, Miss Naomi.
Good morning. My name is Noemi Celis. I am a Westfield alum.
Take it closer.
I am admitted to University of North Texas.
Say that again.
University of North Texas. Yes, ma'am. Mean Green. I plan to major in business management. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I plan to go to their College of Business. I believe it was Monday, Sunday. I attended their orientation.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that. I know that was a lot of fun.
Yes, ma'am. It was a 2-day event. Lots and lots of walking. We did a bunch of group activities, you know, to get to know each other. We were split up by our colleges, and I made a lot of great new friends.
Oh, wonderful,
Yes,
wonderful. That's about.
I learned about the programs there at the college, and I had signed up for my classes that I will be attending. I'm very excited. The campus was really, really beautiful. I attended their football stadium. It was gorgeous. I found out that they have free admission to their football games, and I plan to take my parents to family day. It's a long-going tradition to take your family, you know, show them the views, show them the games.
Oh, that's awesome. Right. That's amazing. Okay, right now we need you to introduce your beautiful parents here with you today, okay?
So sorry. This is my mom, Asenet is my dad. Please introduce yourselves.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Yes.
Good morning. How you doing? My name is Jaime Celis, the proud father of Noemi Celis.
All right. Now, you have to say proud father, but no, look at their shirts. Turn around. Say, Mean Green Dad. Mean Green Dad. Mean Green. I love it. Go ahead, Dad.
Definitely,
Go ahead, Dad.
So,
Just
yes,
a little bit about you, Dad, and about your beautiful daughter over here. Okay.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Not much about me. Just a proud father, being able to see her grow up, remembering her first day throughout the years. Always been a hard working student.
Right.
Never any trouble. It's easy whenever you have a student like her, a daughter like her, to go through life. You know, dad, on the road, dad, this and that. We have a long running joke is that I would go broke if I gave them money for having for every A they had.
Right.
So we have 4 kids in total, and
Right.
we have 2 other older ones, and same thing. You know, on a row, younger daughter on a row.
Right.
So yeah, I gave that up because I wasn't able to keep up financially. Because I mean, Dad, honor roll. So it was more like a let's go out to eat type celebration. But no, it's been wonderful seeing her grow up, becoming who she is. So. Yes, we got to partake in our own parent orientation over the weekend. She had her own thing. We got to go, hear seminars and listen to some presenters there to tell us
Right.
about college life, how
Right.
it's going to go on or whatnot. What I appreciate the fact is that they're very open and they tell you, hey, if you have a concern,
Right.
if there's something wrong or anything like that, they're very open for questions.
Right,
They
okay.
have open communication, email, phone number, a website. So
Right.
that very it put me at ease, so to
Right.
speak.
Yeah, okay.
Hearing all we had to hear, the campus is beautiful and it is a lot of walking. She did not lie about that because we ourselves, did quite a bit of
Right.
walking. But yes, the campus is amazing.
Right.
So like I said, it was wonderful to see where she's going to be at.
Right.
About a 4-hour drive, not too far, but we've done long distance with our other kids that have gone to college.
Right,
But
okay.
like I said, just very, very proud of her and who she's become.
Right. Thank you for being such a dedicated dad. Okay, well, let's hear from this dedicated mom, mean green mom over here. Let's hear from mean green mom.
I have nothing but good things to say about her. I've been so proud of her. Like he said about the people always ask us, well, why don't you guys give them money for every A that they get?
Right.
Are you kidding me?
I know it. I know it.
We can't. The one thing that I did,
Talking to Mike, but
that I, the way I rewarded her was I will allow her to stay home from school.
right, okay.
So she'd had, one miss day and she could do whatever she wanted. So
Right.
that was my thinking, which
Oh,
he
that's
didn't agree with.
awesome. That's
But I
awesome.
did
I love
allow
that.
her one per semester.
Okay. All right, that's good. So, Daddy, Mom, tell us a little bit about what you guys do every day. I know y'all not home every day. Y'all do something every day. So, tell us a little bit about what y'all do every day, right?
I'm a stay-at-home mom, so
Okay. You stay at home, Mom, so she stay at home and do the.
I do
okay,
everything.
Dad, what you do?
I'm a chef. I'm a cook. So I am everything.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, Mom, you have the hardest job staying home. Okay, Dad.
No, I agree with her 100%. I mean, without her, we fall apart.
Right.
We lose ourselves. So I've always said, a lot of people, you were stay-at-home mom. Don't
Right.
think of it that easy.
Right.
When you have a
It's
household
not.
of as big as ours, you're
Right.
always doing something. So
Always
I give a
busy.
lot of praise to her as well because without her,
Right.
we'd fall apart and we lose ourselves.
Right.
But no, I give big praise. My usual, I have the privilege of being able to work from home.
Oh, I know you
So
love it.
I'm very, very
I love
fortunate that I get to do that.
Right.
And occasionally I'll go into the office, when they need me. But I've been very blessed and fortunate since COVID to have a job that allows me to work from home.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
It is. It's a blessing because I get to, now that they're off of school, I get to interact with them a lot more.
A lot more.
Normally when, they'd go to school, I'd be enclosed in my desk and, she does her thing, I do mine.
Right.
But I know that I'm home. So
Right.
if need be, I need to go pick them up or something like that, I'm
Yes,
fortunate
you're
to be
home.
able to do that. So I'm very, very lucky in that aspect.
That's a blessing.
It is a humongous blessing, and I always get a lot of slack from other family and friends, like, "Oh, you work from home, so you just roll out of bed and jump on your computer." Nope, not like that.
Right.
It sounds like that, but no, there's a lot involved. Another running joke is my kids over the years. I've always been fortunate to work in an office environment,
Right.
legal or law.
Yeah,
And
I love it.
they like, "Dad, what do you do?" And I would explain to them and,
What you do,
what
right.
I did, and they're like, "Can I just say you play with paper?" that was always their thing because they would,
Right.
"What does your dad do?" And he plays with paper. And
Right. Okay.
it was funny because I was able to take my daughters one day to my job physically,
Right.
and I had them literally filing paperwork all day. And I told them, "Hey, you're right. Dad plays with paper
Play
all
with
day."
paper.
But no, like I said, I'm a stay at home, work from home. Have that opportunity to do that. So I'm lucky in that aspect. And now that my kiddos are off of school, I get to
Right.
interact with them more.
That's
And I
awesome.
appreciate that. I that's one of the things that I do enjoy is interacting with them.
Okay, Miss.
Well, that's
Go
very
ahead.
fortunate that you're able to do that. I mean, to have that bonding, to be able to be there, be present, be physically there. That means a lot. I mean, and I just think that's an awesome thing.
I do too. So God has blessed you to be home to, to constantly interact with your students and kind of follow up on them to make sure they continue to make those A's
Yes.
and
Well,
make
and then
daddy
you're setting
proud.
you're
Yeah,
being a good role model too for them. You know,
daddy
even mom, you know, she says she's a stay-home mom, but
Right.
that's a job that we just don't
Right.
get paid for.
Right.
But that's a hard job. So I say kudos
cooking and
to you,
cleaning
Mom.
is no job.
Yes,
Right.
because like he was saying, without her, she's the glue. She
Right.
makes everything work. Yes,
Everything
she
work.
does.
If not, everybody else would just fall apart, huh? Without that mean green mom, right?
Yes.
Gotta have that mean green mom. I love it. I love it. Well, today we have a lot that we're going to be talking about, but this month it's a lot of awareness for this month, and we had put some of them on our flyer. I don't have it with me, but the most important one that we really is going to talk about, and you guys may know someone, we're going to be talking about it next week as well. But June is International Cancer Survivor Month. And I know there's a lot of cancer survivors out there. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be breast cancer, it can be colon cancer, it can be heart cancer, lung cancer, any kind of cancer, right? You are recovered in. And that's something that we're going to be doing next Monday. So Dr. Allen and I are saying, if you know anyone, just refer them to come by the radio show, right? You have to email Miss Johnson and let her know who you are and come by and tell your story. Because I know you have an amazing story. That's an amazing story. I don't want to tell mine today, my story, I'll tell it next week. But I have an amazing story as being a cancer survivor. But it's so important to recognize people that are cancer survivors, but they're still out there, boots on the ground, right?
Yes.
Boots
And
on the ground, still
wanna-
working. Go
Let me
ahead.
also say that I am the former president of the Rose B. Johnson Colon Cancer Awareness Foundation.
Right, mhm.
And she had stage 4 colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully by maybe next week she'll come in and be able to tell her story. But
Right.
she has an amazing story.
Right.
And I know Miss Scott, 2-time, survivor. So
Right.
we just want to say kudos to those that are, you know, cancer survivors.
Right. I don't have it on my phone. Reach my phone. I'm trying to see what the word is on here. I'm just trying to. Okay, Alzheimer's. That is another one.
Oh, wow.
That
That's
if you know of someone with Alzheimer's. What's the other one, Ms. Johnson? And especially men's mental health, right? And I want to thank one of my close friends, community partners, Donnell Cooper. He is so dedicated into the men's health. That is one thing that he does every month. Every day they working on it. I think they're doing a tour night on working with men's health. That's so important that the men talk about their health. So can you talk a little bit about your health and what you do to keep yourself physical, right? Can you tell us a little bit what you do? Because it's so important. It's because you work from home, right? You can lay down, you can take a nap and get up and do whatever. But what do you do to keep yourself in shape? It's important. It's for our health, right?
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, all that credit goes to my wife.
Okay.
Because of her, I stay as healthy as I possibly can.
Right.
I will admit, growing up,
Right.
I wasn't exactly healthy. I didn't
Right.
make the right health choices. I am a big fan of eating.
Right. Uh-huh.
A very big fan. But my what helped me is I was an athlete. So that helped out tremendously. I had to stay, to a certain extent fit
Right.
to do that. But now later in life, it is getting harder. I do
Right.
have diabetes. So that's something that I deal with.
Right, right,
And that's something that I'm fortunate that she keeps on top of me. Initially, I was very like, no, I don't have it. I have to take care of myself. But she made me see the light in which I have to, stay healthy for our kids, for her,
Right.
just in general, myself.
It's important.
So yes, so she is amazing and keeping me. Hey, what's your sugar at? Hey, you can't have that. Hey,
Right.
don't eat that. Hey, a
When you
little
say,
bit.
Mom, you can't have that.
And
I'm a nagger, so I'm after him all the time. Like, no,
Right.
you can't have that. No.
Because it's health,
Limit
yeah.
that, yes.
Because
I'm
that's
the-
important, right?
Yes,
It's,
very,
it's
very
important to
important,
eat right.
yes, ma'am.
I'm
So
a no
Come on, come on.
person.
yes, and like I said, she's
What you talking about?
initially, I was like, oh man, she's just being ugly or mean. I can't have this, I can't have that. But I later realized that she's just doing it for my health. She's
Exactly.
just
Right.
doing it so she can take care of me. And she herself, I called her she's very, very disciplined in her own
Right,
self.
right.
I am a very, very bad influence. I love soda. I love ice cream. And I'm like, hey, let's go get some ice cream. No, we can't do that. We just had
Right,
this. Or,
right.
we can't do that. So
Right.
That's one thing I can say is that because of her, I've become somewhat more disciplined,
Right.
more aware of my health. Because of her, we go to my appointments on time. I would
Right.
just, oh well, let's skip it.
Right.
I wouldn't even bother. But because of her, and her influence is like, hey, let's take care of
Right.
yourselves.
Right.
As far as being active,
Right.
as much as I can. So luckily, my desk,
You built stuff.
I try to as much as I can tinker
Right.
with cars and whatnot. But we have stairs, up. I'm on the second floor.
Right,
To go
up and down.
downstairs, we have to go, down to the kitchen or whatever
Right,
upstairs. But now the kiddos are home.
Right.
We've been trying to go outside, play volleyball, stay active, stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that.
awesome.
So yes, and as hot as it gets, our garage becomes a sauna.
Okay.
So going in there is a job in itself. You just
Right.
go in there, standing there, and you start
Right.
to sweat. But unfortunately, I wish I could say that I do more to be more
Right.
physical.
Right.
Running joke, we do try to go to the park.
Right.
It doesn't happen often, and
Right.
we'll be out there for as long as we can, weather permitting. And I get my kiddos involved. We'll play kickball or baseball and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And
love
so
it.
yeah, I was humbled recently. I got to participate in my job's softball game.
Okay.
And I was very humbled, and like, I'm not what I used to be. I'm not
Right.
as young as I used to be.
Right,
I
right,
got
right.
tired just jogging, so I was like,
Yeah.
Right.
so, and like I said, all the credit goes to her is taking care of me and being healthy for my kiddos and being able to go on, the trips for
Right,
orientation and stuff like that. So, yeah, I need to do more. I will say that. I need to do more.
But at least you
like-
started. You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
Yeah.
that's the most important thing is that you start. You
Right.
know, it's not an instant change. If you gradually change, it'll become a lifestyle for you.
Right.
Because I know because I'm a diabetic also.
Right.
So I didn't try to do it all at once.
Right.
And I just gradually made it a part of my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Now the walking, I'm still working on that.
No, trust me. No, I hear you. Like I said, and the one thing that helps out a lot too is being at home now is we can have dinner earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing that I didn't touch up on is that growing up, when my kids were growing up, I had at the time the jobs that I had
Was late.
were late nights.
Late
getting
nights.
home 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
And it was hard to interact, and then eating dinner at that hour, and then going right to bed.
Yeah.
Right.
So now, with being able to work from home, we have our early dinners, or what I call,
Right.
a normal time, and she's able to make stuff. And just like you said, you gradually get into that. And she went from making, my fried foods to something more healthier.
Right.
Yeah,
And
more
I'm like,
healthy.
what's that? And she's like, well, you don't look at it.
You're
Just
working on the vegetables.
yeah. So she's done a lot better. So she's helping me out with portions.
Right.
How
That's
much,
also
meal
very
prep.
important.
Yes.
That's
Right.
portion
Portion.
control.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So
Right.
and it's funny because she's like, you can have sweet, but in moderation.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
that
And then make wiser choices.
Yes.
I mean, it's
Correct.
a lot of fruit that has
I'm
natural
learning.
sugars. Then, sometimes instead of using the white sugar, you used honey to sweeten your
Right.
food,
Yes,
and that's
ma'am.
natural.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's not as bad for you.
Correct. So yes, no, like I said, fruit. I'm learning fruit. I'm learning that I like cantaloupe. I'm learning
Yeah.
that I like apples, and grapes. So
Yeah,
and that's something,
that's
like I said, I if it were up to me, that would have never happened. I order her like, hey, we're gonna get this. We're going to the grocery store, instead of buying cookies, we're buying grapes. Instead of buying
Exactly.
cakes, we're buying apples or cantaloupe or something like that. So all the credit,
We're at home now.
there's a lot more,
Right.
more. And there's times that I have urges like I want a pastry or a cookie,
Right.
and I'm
But
like,
it's
no.
okay to do so in moderation.
Correct.
Instead of
Moderation.
eating the whole one, eat half.
Correct.
You
Right.
know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it'll slowly,
Yes, ma'am.
that taste
So-
you won't even have the desire for it.
Exactly.
Right.
And well, like I said, it's funny. I'll tell her like, hey, I had the chance to go and eat a pastry without you knowing,
Right.
and I stopped. I went for it, and I thought about you, and I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I better not do that. And I
Right.
got an apple instead, and she's like, well, see, there you go. I'm like, you're rubbing off on me, as I say. So, and I appreciate that. So, like I said, all the credit goes to her. So,
There's some people that have diabetic, they deal with a lot.
oh yeah,
So, and it's nothing to play with, Warren.
It's really not.
I have my little nephew this year. He had to get both of his legs cut off. I don't know if he was eating right or whatever, but my niece, she stays on him. But that's very, very important because there's a lot of people today that are diabetics are not here today.
yes, ma'am.
So,
So
we
true.
really
Yeah,
have
it
to, if you're diabetic, you really have to take care of yourself. It's very,
Yes.
very important that you
Very
do that.
much.
Yes, it is. And I would just want to say a little bit about Alzheimer's. I know now we have to be able to recognize when our parents are dealing with Alzheimer's, right? I know my mom dealt with Alzheimer's, and she passed away. But that's something that is very timid. That they don't want to talk about it when they forget some things. But that's most important is to know when they coming down with Alzheimer's, because their whole personality changed.
Yeah.
It's different. So that's very important. So we just want to be able to recognize all the families that have a family member that's dealing with Alzheimer's, right? Because it's not easy.
I went and
That's
visited
a
a friend
challenge.
of mine yesterday.
Oh, go ahead.
That's dealing with that same issue. She has Alzheimer's and dementia.
Right,
And I
okay.
went and visited with her, and a lot of times I tell people all the time,
Right.
they're not the people that you once knew. So
Right.
this is a new person. So you got to kind of meet them where they are.
Right, you
But
do.
just being there, let them know that somebody care.
That somebody
And when I
care.
got there, I was looking around, and I'm just looking at so many people in these nursing homes.
Right.
Nobody's there to visit them, nobody
Right.
to see them. And when I walked in, her face just lit up.
Just lit up.
Yeah,
Just-
it did. Yeah, we just sat there and we talked. And she told me she wanted me to bring her some baked fish next time. I came. The first
She
time I
remember
went to
that.
visit her, she didn't really remember who I was.
Right,
But when I
okay.
walked into this time and I was speaking with her and I asked her, I said, "Do you know who I am?" She called me Cynthia. She said, "Yes, I know that's you. That's Cynthia."
Right.
Cynthia.
But
I
she
said,
might not know you the
Yeah.
other time you
The-
came, but
no,
this
the
time
first
she
time
know,
she
because
didn't.
with the schizophrenia, they can even have that in Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
comes and
memory,
goes,
the
it
memory
does.
come and goes. So it's very important that she remembers you.
She did. She had it looked like she had a good day yesterday. She was more alert, more elusive, and I just really enjoyed visiting with her.
Well, I tell you what, it's really that people are dealing with Alzheimer's at an early age, right?
Mhm, they are.
I know if it'll be 75. Thank God I'm still sound mind, right? But I just want to talk about in my daughters, Delisa, Deborah, and my granddaughter, Chanel. We went one Saturday. We went and spend time with Barbara John's sister. Oh, you know Miss
Miss
McGowan.
McGowan, yeah.
Miss McGowan is 92 years old. You guys.
Wow.
She is sound mind and still driving.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
I wanna be
That's
like Miss
amazing.
McGowan.
I
That's
said, I want to be
right.
like Miss Rosemary McGowan. Miss
There you
Rosemary.
go.
If anyone out there listening don't know who Rosemary McGowan is, she is the sister of the late Barbara Jordan. The one that's is our board member and works with the program that she sponsors, the Barbara Jordan Endeavors program for kids with disability. And she looks so good.
She does.
She get around. When she told me that, I said, oh, I couldn't remember. But I didn't know she was in her 90s and still driving, still around mine. Take care of herself. Don't nobody live with her.
Wow.
Miss McGowan take care of herself.
amazing.
Yeah, that's what I do. 'Cause
Amazing.
right now, I love living by myself. I love it so
But
so
sometimes
quiet and
it's
so peaceful. Right.
good
Yeah.
to challenge yourself. Do board work, do board puzzles, do things to
Right.
challenge your mind so that you don't
Right.
become forgetful.
Right.
I mean, I find myself, I'm on my phone now, I put this app on here
Right.
and on my phone, and it helps me. I mean, with memory.
Okay.
Well, you
Yeah.
go ahead with your sister,
Yeah.
because I don't like no phone. Now, I'm not going to do no apps. I'm not going to play with no phone. I'm going to tell you that.
Well-
And I'm not going to answer it every time because I'm not a phone person. I can't stand it. I might answer 1 or 2 times and look at it, but I'm not a phone person.
Well, I just
I don't
do
have all
stuff-
them apps on there because I feel like it's messing with my time. I need to be doing something else, not on this phone, right? Scrolling, I be having anxiety. I can't.
I be trying to beat this game. I mean, and
She
it
trying to-
challenged me. I done got addicted.
There you
It's
go.
been the game.
There we go. That's the Miss Johnson.
I
That's
know,
exactly right.
We was in training with Maribel, which is Sunshines, which is another one of my hosts. So she was training us how to do LinkedIn, know how to do LinkedIn. She said, you scroll, do this doggone QR code and this, all of that. So I was sitting over there, I was having a hard time. She said, Miss Scott, what's wrong with you? I said, I can't breathe. I said, I can't be sitting just rolling on this phone. She said, oh my God. I said, no, I can't just rolling, just scrolling. Go here, go there. I said, mm-mm. She said, Miss Scott, I need you just sit down. Go there, sit down. I said, I can't do it, right? Somebody else do it. I said, I cannot do it. It just gives me anxiety. I can't be on this phone. This phone is detrimental to me, right? I'm not a phone person, right?
Okay.
Now I'm a computer person now. I can be on the computer 24/7 now. I am. but not a phone. But I can be on my computer. Because if you want to get me, you better text on this phone. I look at it maybe once, twice a day. But if you want to get me, you better email me.
And see, that's something I don't check. I don't check my emails as often
I
as
do.
I
I
should.
check the email because most of my stuff comes through the email.
Ms. Johnson, like, yeah,
I know.
should.
She sure don't. Now, she don't check no email. I call her up. And if I don't call her up, then if she don't answer, guess what I do? I call her mama. Me and her mother been friends about 55 or 60 years.
Lord.
So I know she ain't ever going nowhere. She here. She taking her mama's place. I was talking to her last night. She said, oh, you and Cynthia doing such a good job. She said, I saw you on Fox 26. Girl, you still look good. That's
Yeah,
it.
she should. She told me. She called
I
me.
said,
She
Anna.
saw me
I said,
film
Anna, you
on
saw
there.
me? You didn't call me. She said, girl, I said, you still look good. I said, you still doing it. I said, well, I'm so glad some of my old friends. She's really the oldest friend that I have. Almost 60 years. So, yeah. Anna, been around for a long time. So, you know she going to be around for a long time, right? Wonderful.
That's amazing.
All right. So, okay, Dad, take the mic over here.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go to this and just ask them, who idea was this with this mean green dad and mean green mom? Who idea was that? Now, come on, tell us about
I
it.
love that.
I love
That
it.
is
Come on,
so
tell us about it.
cute.
Yes, ma'am.
Come
So,
on.
What does that stand? What does that stand for?
Right.
Mean Green. So the University of North Texas, they're famous because Mr. Mean Joe Green, a famous football player.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, sir.
yes,
Yes,
he's a football
he is
player.
an alumni from University of North Texas. So a lot of it pertains to around him.
Oh,
Matter of fact,
okay.
have a statue in his honor there at University of North Texas.
Wow.
So
Okay.
hence Mean Joe Green, Mean Green family.
Right,
So
okay.
my wife at the school store
Right.
that they had there during the presentations,
Right.
they had these shirts. And
Oh,
as
they
a matter
already
of-
had a mean green dad, mean green mom. All right,
Yes, ma'am. So
wonderful.
they had them there made already. And as a matter of fact, we got one from my mom. It said Mean Green grandparent.
Oh,
So
I
my
love
mom
it.
loved it.
love
She loved it. So
love it.
like I said, it was awesome. So she got hers, I got mine, and
Right.
we were excited to wear them. Whenever last night, we had been trying to find a place to wear these two because
Well, look at here.
a lot of people-
Perfect place to
Perfect
be.
place.
believe it or not, we here a lot of people are not familiar with what Mean Green means.
Right,
Because
okay.
UNT is so far away.
Right,
And
yeah, well, explain to 'em, tell 'em what
we were
Mean
like,
Green
hey,
Dad
where,
and Mom.
where can we
Okay.
wear these at? And
Right.
just ironically, last night she gets a phone call, and we look at each other like, the shirts. We can wear the shirts. We can wear the shirts tomorrow and explain to them. So yes, it's Mean Green is they're big on family. Once you become
Right.
a UNT student, the family becomes a part of the family as well. The
Okay.
mom and dad of the student becomes a part of the Mean Green family.
Oh,
So that's
that's
like I said,
wonderful.
going back to her schools and their policies and their views is that's amazing. It's all about family.
Right.
And they
That's
put Mean Green in
awesome.
front of everything. So
Right,
they are the UNT Eagles. So they're
Right.
the eagle is their mascot, but their big part is Mr. Mean Joe Green. So that's
Mean
pretty
Joe
cool.
Green.
I
We got
remember that name.
yes,
I
ma'am. We
remember
got to
that.
learn a lot about that as well.
Right.
But yeah, that's where it stems from. So when we do go back, which is very soon, we'll be looking to other merchandise. Our time was so short there that we didn't get to look at everything.
Right, yeah.
With our other students,
But y'all was there just overnight, right?
yes, ma'am. We were there for it was 2 nights,
Okay, good.
which was rather not uncomfortable. It's just when you have your daughter that's been with you for over 18 years,
Right,
that's been under your care, your supervision, and they're gonna stay in essence at a stranger's place, so to
Right,
yeah.
speak.
Not allowed to spend the night anywhere.
Yeah, I was a big stickler about that. I was not.
It pays nothing.
Oh, my husband wouldn't even, my husband like my kids spending the night, right?
Yes, ma'am. So
never do that.
Over their friend's house.
Mama, talk to the mic.
A public place, but
Right.
they were not allowed to go. Just, I'm gonna go to my friend's house. No, that was not allowed.
No.
So her spending another dorm is heartbreaking. I know. She goes in,
Right.
checks
you used
into
to-
school on August the 8th. So that's gonna be a very, very hard day for me. I'm gonna need
They
some
gonna grow-
dark,
they gonna
a
grow-
mask or something because I know
They can grow
Mom-
up so fast,
Yeah.
I'm telling
Yes,
you.
ma'am,
Did you
they-
meet
Okay.
your roommate? So y'all kind of vibe together? Oh, well, that's wonderful then. That's always a good start.
That's a good
We're
story.
excited.
And I know Dad was not gonna let them spend the night anyway. My husband didn't either, so he protected Dad, right,
Yes,
Dad?
yeah, I'm very, very much so. And like I said, leaving her there, I thought I was gonna be the one that was breaking down and couldn't compose my. But I
Right.
saw her, I'm like, I gotta stay strong. I have to do it. But I'll be like her come August 8th. We're not there yet. I'm preparing myself mentally to do that. It's a big step for at least for us having her
Right.
with us. I still see her, my little girl, so it's gonna be hard
Right,
for that transition. So I'm
Right.
excited for her. I'm nervous for her.
Right.
I know she's gonna do amazing.
right.
But like I said, as a parent, that's you
Right.
have your kids
Well,
under
you
your
know
care.
what, Dad? The
You know
good
what-
thing about modern technology, you can FaceTime.
Yeah.
That we didn't have that
Oh,
back
yes.
in the day.
And
Yes,
also,
ma'am.
you can FaceTime it too, because my
Exactly.
kids put on here, you can track them where they are.
Yes.
Because listen,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
I
my
have
daughter
a
be saying,
grandson-
well, mother, what you doing over there? I said, well, how you know where I am? I said, get this off my phone.
Yes.
She put on there, so they tracking me.
Yes.
They know where I be,
yes.
right,
So,
on this
well,
phone.
funny.
Right.
Yes, we have. There you go. Right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Wow.
So our kiddos have the same app, and her older brothers are not a big fan of that. They always
Right, they don't like the tracking.
They do not like it, and the funny story is I tell them the moment that turns off is the moment that you come off payroll. In other words,
Hello. That's what I'm talking
yes,
about.
your phone becomes a paperweight. I tell
Okay,
them.
I know that.
That's right. So they're like, I'm gonna turn this off.
I love
go,
it.
go ahead, see what happens.
love it.
Uh,
Well, they
she
won't know
always-
where I am at all
She
minutes.
always tells them, and our oldest son, her brother, he hates being tracked. Like,
I do.
where are you going? He's like, I'm gonna go here, there, and I'm like, no, I need details. We need to know where you're gonna be.
I
you
got
gonna
an
be?
18-year-old grandson. He just finished, and he's getting ready to go to Sam Houston down off in Huntsville.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
And we can't have a tracker on here.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
Have
So
a tracker.
he doesn't like it either.
Yes, ma'am.
But-
They
So-
track you.
Now there's so much stuff that's happening
oh,
and so
yes,
much
ma'am.
they can get into.
Yes, ma'am.
I thank God for some of this modern technology.
Yes, yes.
But I think
definitely.
you can track the kids, but
Yes.
kids don't need to be tracking the adults. That's where I'm wrong.
Yeah, I know.
It was storming last week. It was storming and all. So my daughter called from Dallas. She said, "I'm so glad you're at home." I said, "Well, they know how you know I'm at home." She said, "Mother, we got track on you." I said, "Cause I didn't know it. Are you tracking me?"
Well, I think that's good because you live alone.
Yeah.
And I
Yes,
think
big
that's,
part
that's
too.
something that's very
and now I
much
got a
needed.
door ring bell. Right, anybody come to that door, I can. I
There
can
you
see
go.
'em.
There you
You
go.
can see 'em.
And they can see who,
Yes.
Deborah, because I can see who's at your house, so, right?
Absolutely.
So the guy had come and dropped the papers off at tomorrow. She said, who is that, right?
Right. Well,
So
it,
they
you know,
could
it, it
yeah.
plays a big role, even the other
Like
way
I'm,
around.
I'm on a radar
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
on every hand, right?
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
I
So,
think that's good.
yes, ma'am. So she does the same thing.
We have the same thing. They're in camera. I can't sneak out anywhere.
Right.
There's camera in the backyard. There's a camera in the front yard.
It
There's a
can-
camera on the sides. I'm like,
Right.
the limit was inside. He wanted to put cameras inside. I said, no, sir. I will not be. That's my privacy. I do what I want inside the
Right.
house.
Inside.
So
no,
no
no
cameras
cameras
inside.
inside. No. And no cameras inside. But you have to remember, I live by myself. You better not have no cameras in there and tell them what you might see.
Oh,
right. It's my house. I can walk around the way I want to walk
There
around.
you go. That's right. Your house.
No cameras in the house.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, but no,
you,
she-
you can put your ring doorbell, all the ring bells and all that, but not inside. What you say, Mom? Mean green mom, not in the house, right? Not in the
right,
house.
that's right.
Do everything, but not in the house, right?
No, but she.
No Alexa, no Google, nothing. No listening to me. I said, do not. The TVs, some of the TVs. I
Right.
had an issue with the Alexa because the little round puck. And
Right.
I would watch TV or I would say something out loud,
But-
and that Alexa would, respond to me. And I'm okay, no, you have to turn it off. Especially in my bedroom. I don't want anybody recording me.
Right, uh-huh.
So,
Turn that baby out.
no.
I know it. That's wonderful.
Yes, but she, like she said, she does. It goes the other way around.
Yeah.
She'll
Right.
check, she'll track us and hey, can you pick me up this? Well, how do you know where we're at? Or can I get a number 2? I'm like, how do you know? But she'll track
Right.
us, and I agree with that. It's a big.
My daughter, my son, they got my location and I got their location.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I ain't gonna say that 'cause you know you're right.
Go ahead.
Mom and dad,
Yes, ma'am. But no, hey, but
I ain't track the sister and me.
there you go.
I mean, these nowadays,
Everybody, 'cause it's so, like you
it's
said,
so much
something
happening.
going on.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so much going on.
You got
Right,
to.
it is.
Yes, ma'am. So
Just say, you so when you can't even reach it and we trying to contact you, you ain't answer, so I'm gonna, where you at? And I'm gonna come and rescue you.
That's right.
that's right.
Okay, so that means Miss Johnson, I didn't track you then, huh?
No, ma'am.
Listen, when the kids tracking me, the kids, they said, well, it's so much going on, Mom, and you live alone, so we have to track you.
Oh,
now,
yes.
y'all don't have to. Y'all want to track me, right?
Yeah.
With the family.
Yes, ma'am. And it's funny
just-
talking about moms. My mom. It's funny. She doesn't have the tracker, and
Oh, she
she's
doesn't?
she's not a fan of it.
Oh, she does.
And growing up,
Mm-hmm.
a rule was, or we learned a rule was that you don't ask mom or dad, my mom, where we're going or where they were going. That was just out of respect.
Because it's
none
not
of our
the kids' business,
That's
right?
right. So
Okay.
And it's funny because even now, as I think an older man, older
Right.
gentleman, I still have that fear / respect.
Right,
If my
yeah.
mom says, "Hey, I'm heading out," okay, you're heading out. That's all I need to know.
Right. You
My
say-
wife, on the other hand, "Hey, where are you going?" I'm not gonna ask her that.
He tells me, my mom's going somewhere. My mom's going somewhere. She's leaving. I said, okay, well, where's she going? He said,
Oh, it's-
I mean,
won't
it's so
dare to
many, but it's
ask.
so much stuff
Of
that's
course,
happening
of
in
course,
this
but no.
world today.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's crazy because my mom, you're right. There's so much crazy. And my mom tells us like, "Hey, this happened. This happened." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not liking that. You were there, and that happened." But
Right.
no, and it's funny because with your grandkids, it changes because
Right.
my daughters and my son's like, "Grandma, where are you going?" And she just,
They do.
"Hey, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there." I'm like, "Wait a minute. We couldn't do that."
So
We
she
couldn't."
tell them where
She
she's
does.
going. It changes.
Yeah.
Kids can do it.
Right. 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 So and it's exactly.
Right.
To the point where they let the grandkids actually, but when the
Yes.
Miss
So,
Johnson,
and-
Miss Johnson, oh, you can't be over there talking. You want to talk? Come over here and get on the mic. Okay.
But no,
Okay.
it's like that. So my daughter like, "Grandma, where are you
Right.
going?" And my mom would just, "Hey, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. I'm going for this. I'm going for that." I'm like, wow. The fact that you,
My little one said,
Right.
in-
Mom, Grandma's leaving.
Right.
And I say, where's she going? Jessica, my other daughter, she was saying,
Right.
go ask Grandma where she's going. She'll come back and let me know.
they do play a big part. And going back to what you initially said about technology,
Right,
her being
yes.
over there, be able to FaceTime
Oh,
or
yeah.
Google Meet, or
Right.
anything like that. And I already know that her phone's working. We're working on getting her a
When I
laptop.
FaceTime you, I want to see what's behind
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
So
Turn
where
it
you
around.
at?
I want to
Let
pan
me
the
see.
camera.
Turn the camera around. Where are you?
That's right. So and
Her room is clean.
that too.
Well, you guys,
But,
I'm telling you, do that. We had, I do the monthly workshop every first Monday. Every first Saturday in the month, we have a Zoom call with our guests, students, and parents and everything. So then we do like the health and wellness, and my two grandsons in the health and wellness time. I think it was a couple of months ago. He wasn't feeling well, right? He had the cameras on. And that room was a mess. We had about 6 people on the call. When he went on there, he said, "Well, I'm in my room." I said, "Yes, you need to clean it up." Listen, and everybody on the call was listening because I wasn't muted, right?
Right.
And I told him, I said, "Don't you ever do exercises in that room with all that junk in there. You need to clean it up." And then I told my daughter, "He needs to clean that room up. Don't you be showing that to everybody because I don't want to see that. You need to clean it up." He had clothes on the bed, like clothes on the floor. I had clothes on top of the dresser everywhere. I said, "No, you cannot do that.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot do." I said, "Clean room." You used to ask my kids; they had to keep that room clean.
Sound like
If
my
I saw that
grandkids.
clean, or somebody gonna get some money taken away from them, or somebody wasn't gonna drive no car, because all my kids had a car, and that room had to be clean. Everything in my house had a place. You had to put that stuff in a place, the drawers and everything. That means you keep it neat. It don't go on the bed, it don't go on the floor, it don't go on top of the dresser, it goes in the dresser. It needs to be hung up. They had to do that. My kids never had junk in rooms. Their rooms were clean at all times.
That's right.
I was a very strict mom.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, Mom.
I have my messy child is my
Right.
second born.
Right.
And he goes to college, and I literally have to say, turn your camera around because I can see your face. He loves that
Right.
we do the FaceTiming.
And his
but
room is
then
not clean.
He tries to put those backgrounds, the background screen.
Right, well, you can't see it,
And I
right.
said, no, sir, turn that camera around, flip it
Let me
around.
see.
Yes, and then he'll have stuff laying down.
Right.
And his favorite is to pile up the trash because he doesn't like to go take out the trash.
Right.
And we got him, at the first semester, it was a smaller trash can.
Right.
And he kept piling that thing to its
With trash.
limits. Yes, ma'am.
With trash.
So I said, you know what, we're going to get him a bigger one. Challenge accepted. He literally filled that one.
Right.
And kept on, and I would turn the camera around so I
can
could
see.
Yes, ma'am. And at that moment when I saw it, I said, get a trash bag. Let's go. We're going to walk to the trash can together. Let's go. So I would make him go take the trash out
Right.
while on FaceTime.
That's wonderful to be able to teach them how to keep their room clean and how to put their clothes in a drawer neatly and hang them up. That's very important because a lot of the college kids, you go to their dorm and their dorms are horrible. But they have to be able to learn, but you have to teach them how to keep their rooms in order, neatly.
It's a work in
Put your
progress,
stuff.
though,
Yes, it's a
You're
work
right,
in
it's a
progress,
work in
but you have to do it.
progress. I
Got to
agree
find something to punish them with, right? Our kids wasn't doing good, and they was leaving off campus. That they had a car, but they would leave. When they was at Prairie View, and they were leaving off campus, right? and wouldn't get permission with their dad. Guess what he did? Went out there and took that car. Yeah, so you have to punish them with something because they have to do. Even though in college they're grown, right? But like my husband telling you grown, but you're not grown. He said because I'm still paying the cost to be your
That's
boss,
right.
right? Because you paying for that school, so I think they do. So if you think you're grown and don't want to listen to me, then you pay for your own college
I just
and get your own car. That's just the way he
grown and
was,
you
right?
can take your
Right.
responsibility.
If you're grown, you can take your responsibilities,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. He said, don't leave off that campus. And you leaving anyway, right? You don't do that because they have to be able to know that you sacrifice for them to go to college, right?
Absolutely.
At least they can respect you and do what you say do, right? Because if they don't, then what? Consequences going to happen.
That's right. That's right.
Got to do
And
that.
parents nowadays have to work really hard because
Right.
the government is trying to take the student loans.
Yeah, trying to take
Yeah.
everything away from them.
They're
So,
trying to take
so,
everything away.
so we got to really pray on that one.
Yes,
really.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's talk a little bit about save the date. If anyone out there listening, please save the date, August 2nd, from 11 to 2:30. We're going to be at the ULH
Event Center.
Event Center. The address is. Well, I can't remember. Wait, make it big about how many glasses I got to see. No, I'm saying so I got to see that. What is that?
313 something.
Oh, like she know about heart. No, it's 331.
Okay, well, see, I had it wrong.
331
You
ULC Center.
Okay.
So put that down. And ULH. So go to our website. Our website is being worked on. So don't go to the website right now because it's under
Just
construction.
Go to the Facebook page.
Just go to the Facebook
Yeah.
page. This flyer is on all the Facebook page.
And we'll be talking more about it as the weeks to come.
As we to come, we're going to be talking more about it. We are now looking for vendors. We're looking for vendors, and I want to correct something. If you saw the flyer, a small business incorporation is $75. All nonprofits is $50. So I want to let you know that. And we're going to get that correct if you have a flyer that it says small business and corporation. $150. That's incorrect. We've changed that.
Yeah.
Small business and corporation is $75, and all nonprofits are $50. So just want to make sure that. And we're looking for vendors. As soon as they get the website up, you can go on the website and register on the website. But if you want to register, you can just call us, and this is the office number. It's 832-654-2737. Just leave a message on there that you would like to get a vendor booth, because we are looking for vendors, and we're trying to at least get 100 vendors up there. There are going to be food trucks there. We're supposed to have motorcycles there. I know Dr. Sandra Scott is going to have these women boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Where your fans at? Where your fans at? I tell them, I don't know where they at. Okay, you got to go and find them. But anyway, we're going to have a lot of that going on. We're going to have K-Dog there. We're going to have a lot of the students that's going to be doing some entertainment.
Yes.
And I just want to thank my church that I grew up in Angleton, Texas. First Missionary Baptist Church. They're going to bring the youth choir. They're coming to sing.
Oh,
So we're going to have a lot going on, right? We're going to be jamming it. We're going to have a good time. So you guys need to get ready to that. And I want to say our keynote speaker is a very, very close friend of mine, Scenario Adonis. She is what is she? This I can't see it. Anyway, well, she's with Comerica Bank. And they're one of our sponsors. And Comerica Bank, they've been sponsoring us for the last 15 years. So kudos to Scenario Adonis. Let's give her a hand.
All right.
You guys, this is her third year to be able to be our keynote speaker. She does such a good job, they want her every year, right? So I don't
That's
know what
awesome.
we're going to change. So I told her, she said, y'all want me again? I said, yes, they want you again. But she's amazing, and she does a lot for youth, right? So that's why we continue to have her to be our keynote speaker. So remember, save the date, August 2nd, from 11 to 2:30. 331 ULH Center. All righty?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me say one thing, too.
Go
All
ahead.
the vendors that I met in Katy this week,
Okay.
this past weekend for Juneteenth, I will be reaching out to you again, sending you the correct amount for the vendor booths.
Okay.
They thought it was $150.
Okay.
But I will reach out to them again, and the vendor booths are $75.
All right.
So I
Thank
will
you
be
so
reaching
much.
out to them.
We have a lot of people, committees that's working with us, and I just want to mention one of our committee members. We'll be meeting her today, and that's Dr. Urobi Harris. We're going to be working with her for the colleges. Yeah, she's going to be getting some colleges there. We're also going to be having a health fair, right? Going to be a lot of health people there talking about your health and what you need to do. Keep your health up. So It's going to be a great time, you guys. Come out and support the kids because this is how we send our kids to college, by raising money and sending them to college. And we are celebrating 25 years, you guys. So please come out and support Safe Communities. All right. 25 years, you guys. So come out and support us. Right? Okay? You want to say something? Close out, baby?
Thank you so much. I want to thank all of y'all here.
All right.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. Thank you, ma'am. It's been such a pleasure.
Okay. It's been a pleasure to have you because this is your date. The rest of this month and also next month, we're going to be inviting students to come on and talk about where they're going to college and talk about how they love their parents. So tell us about this parents over here, what they're doing. I need to know how that love, right?
It's insurmountable. I have so much love and appreciation for them.
Oh, I love
I'm
it.
really grateful and blessed to have them as
Yes.
my parents. You know, words can't describe it. You know, I'm eternally blessed.
Oh, I love it.
Eternally
Oh, that's
grateful.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, Mom and Dad, come on now, y'all. Close us out. Y'all hear what y'all baby said now. All
We
right.
appreciate you guys as well. Thank you very much for inviting us. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for showing my baby some love. We love her. And we're very, very, very. I'm gonna cry.
Oh,
Yes,
she's
no,
going to make
no.
her cry because her
That's
baby's
right.
going off.
That's right. No, thank you so much for the opportunity. Appreciate it both.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Scott,
She
Dr.
got an
Allen.
opportunity to show us a mean green mom and dad, right?
No, but I really appreciate the opportunity to reflect on her, accomplishment,
Right.
what she's going to do. So it's as a proud father and mom, we
Right.
enjoy this. You make it easy, so thank you.
All right.
And
Thank
on
you so
behalf
much.
of Safe Communities, we want to tell you that we wish you much continued success. And when you get rich and when you make it, don't forget about Safe Communities.
All right, don't forget.
Giving back.
Well, I just want to say this, and we always say at the end of the show, I want to say, Safe Communities love you, Radio Dabang love you.
Dr. Allen love you, and it ain't nothing you can do about it.
Mr.
That's
Keita
what Dr.
Johnson
Scott
love
said.
you, right? And ain't nothing you can do about it. Hey, hey, hey.
Thank you guys.
Bye-bye,
Okay.
and have a wonderful and blessed week. Stay safe, and tell somebody you love them a smile. All righty? Thank you.
Absolutely.